Hello दोस्तों, my name is Saurabh Sharma. In this particular video, I am going to discuss what is DMA or a direct memory access in an operating system. It is a very important concept of a computer memory because this topic come under the category of computer architecture. So let's discuss what is this. Suppose this is your CPU. Clear? This is your CPU and this is the input output devices. What is input output devices? Input output devices are peripheral devices that are connected to your system. Clear? Your keyboards and magnetic disk are the input output devices, and if they want to access the main memory, right? If they want to access the main memory, this is your main memory. If they want to access this particular main memory before DMA, I would like to create the requirement or the reason of invention of this particular technology or this method. So before the in order to communicate or send data to the main memory, input output device, suppose there is a keyboard. For an example, suppose a keyboard wants to access the main memory, but in order to access the main memory, first he needs to send the request to the CPU. After the sending the request, CPU first check either we are available for fulfilling that request. If it accepts the request, he will send that particular request to the memory, or you send the data to the main memory. How many cycles are needed? First this one and second this one. There are 2 cycles needed in order to complete by this. Just suppose if I ask you if there is any way by which these 2 things can communicate directly, right? So that is what direct memory access is. In the direct memory access, what we actually do, we simply remove the part of this CPU. We disable the CPU and we directly communicate main memory to the input output devices. There are different transfer mode available in the direct memory access, like burst and cycle stealing, but I will discuss them. But for this kind of understanding, please understand that main memory is directly accessible by the input output by bypassing the CPU. We are removing the CPU part and directly making a communication between the input output devices and the main memory. So suppose let me describe the types of the DMA. There are 3 types of the DMA. Like first one is burst, clear, burst transfer mode. Second one is cycle stealing, and third one is interleaving, right. In the burst, these are 3 transfer mode. I am writing there. Transfer mode. Right? These are 3 transfer modes available in the DMA. First one, burst transfer, cycle stealing, and the interleaving. What is burst transfer? Burst transfer, when a DMA wants to give the large amount of data. Suppose a data is a huge and the DMA input output devices are fast. In case of that, we simply use the burst by which a CPU can send a bulk amount of data. Suppose it sends the data in a chunk, or you can say consider as a segment to the main memory. Clear? By the disabling this CPU part. In the cycle stealing, this send the data in a word by word. Clear? So what cycle stealing is, suppose there are CPUs there. Clear? CPU is doing some kind of performance, performance he is doing. In that particular case, what we are doing, we are simply asking CPU for 1 cycle. Suppose your 10 turn of you, if you are running it 10 times, give me 1 time so that I can also send the data. These are kind of things are done in the keyboards like input output, right? This is cycle stealing. We are stealing the cycle. We are stealing a one chance of a CPU. But in the cycle stealing, CPU idle time is much more lesser than burst time, because in a burst time we are sending a large amount of data in large chunks of a data. Because of that, a CPU is idle for a longer time. That is one of the disadvantage of the burst one. And the last one is interleaving. This is the best method in perspective of CPU, because whenever a CPU is free, whenever the CPU's data bus and transfer bus, I will explain them. Data bus and, because the data is transferring through the data bus and transfer, there are 3 buses available for the CPU to transfer anything: control bus, data bus, and address bus. But in case if the data bus is free, address bus is free, then if the CPU is not using them, in case of that, this input output devices start accessing the main memory. If CPU is not performing any operation, in that particular case, we performed over operation. Okay, so this is the more efficient in perspective of CPU idleness, because in this case CPU is not idle, or in term of time we are also getting these operations. So these are the operations available in a transfer mode, available in a DMA. So DMA is actually we are accessing how we actually DMA works. Let me give a brief about that. Okay, let's come to the suppose this is your CPU. As we already know, this is my CPU, and this is input output devices, right? This is your input output devices, and this is CPU, and this is my main memory. CPU wants to access this, but there is a type of a connection controller. It is a kind of same mechanism. It is a kind of a hardware. It is a chip which is known as a DMA controller. Clear? DMA controller. What the DMA controllers do? Actually, rather than input output devices to directly communicate to the CPU, they don't communicate. They simply communicate to this DMA controller. Clear? This DMA controller. Input output devices are communicate to the DMA controller, and they are asking that I want to send data to the main memory. Clear? This is your main memory. Then what this DMA controller do? It asks or send the BG request. There are different signals. If you want me to give a detailed video, I will make it one more video for this. DMA controller is asking for enabling a signal for a BR request. It is sending the request to the CPU that I want a bus, and in the return, CPU is sending the bus request granted, BRG or BG request. Okay. After this particular terms, what is next step is that then the CPU, then the DM controller have the control of the buses, because everything CPU doing everything because with the help of these buses. The CPU is disabled at this particular state, and CPU is not a part of this particular program, and CPU is apart from all these things, and the DMA controller take the role of CPU, and it controls the data and how data is flowing between the input output devices and the memory, and then it directly communicate this input output devices through the buses. Through the buses, we are directly connecting input output devices to the main memory, and the main memory and input output device can directly communicate or can transfer data from the both sides bidirectional. Clear? So this is all about the DMA, direct memory access. I hope I have delivered what I supposed to deliver. Keep watching, keep learning. Do not forget to send the feedback for this particular video. Thank you.